Hey, what is up, guys? This is Big99 Gamer, bringing you a new segment I'm gonna try out, see if you guys like it, called TV Talk, where, I'm not gonna do this, like, for every episode, but, like, for some TV shows that I watch, just wanna, talk about them, and, like, a brief summary, and just what I liked about it, and my thoughts and predictions, and what may happen in the series. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, this week I was able to, one of my favorite shows, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., episode 4 was shown tonight, or I mean this week, and I was telling my friends at school, I was like, this is such an awesome episode. I think that, like, this episode is my favorite out of, like, the episode 4s of this week, with my other two favorite shows, The Flash and Arrow. And, like, the thing, if you guys haven't seen my Flash review, like, I mentioned how much I really like Captain Cold as a character in all his episodes. I liked this episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. better than that Captain Cold episode, which was also shown this week. And as good as that episode was, this one, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., was just great. I just loved it. It was so awesome. Like, I like how they kind of, like, they ended it with a cliffhanger sort of way, and how they kind of handled some situations. So there's gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show at all, or you haven't been caught up yet, if you just don't care about spoilers, just stay tuned. I'm gonna talk about the episode in depth, and I'm also, you know, if you haven't seen it yet, go see the episode and come back here. So basically, what happened was you see Daisy, or Sky, however you want to call her, her and Matt. They're looking for the not metahuman, that's Flash, the Inhuman that's taking out all the other Inhumans. Like, this guy is just, like, on a hunt, and he's just taking out all the Inhumans that come in his way, or he's actually hunting them down like a bounty hunter. So they kind of trace the location to where he was getting his information, because they found out that the Inhumans were getting emails asking for them to all the Inhumans, like, it was like posing as like a friend of theirs, saying to gather up in one spot, so that, you know, this big guy can come out and take them all out all easily, because they're all together. So so it starts off like that, and then they find out that it was a fake email, and they go search for the source of the email, and they find that it's this other Inhuman, but he's like an IT guy, so he was able to encrypt the messages, the emails, and be able to bring it to all the Inhumans, because he was with them at the Haven spot that was in season 2. So what happened was when they found this guy, they went to go extract him, because now that the S.H.I.E.L.D. is working with the ATCU, and since they came up with that, since Coulson made that deal to share resources, because they have a common threat, which I'm not sure. I don't know if I can trust. I don't really trust these guys that much. It seems like they probably have a lot on, like, they're hiding a lot more from Coulson, and Coulson knows that. So I guess that's kind of the positive side. Like, he knows that they're hiding things from him, and he's probably got some plan of his own to kind of, like, expose everything and see, like, who they're really working with. So it was pretty cool to see this guy, the guy who was hunting all the Inhumans. They revealed that his name was Lash. So Lash attacks the truck where they were escorting the guy who was sending the emails, and Sky and Mac and everybody else in there, they're all, like, down for the count, and Lash just goes out and kills his buddy that was sending out the emails. And then like, everybody's out. Like, he doesn't go after Sky for some reason. It was pretty strange. I was wondering why he didn't go after her, because he knows that she's an Inhuman. There you go, I keep saying metahuman. It's too much Flash for me. But he didn't go after Sky, which kind of surprised me. So I wonder if there's probably some sort of reason there is that they'll probably announce later in the season. But then Sky sees something strange. Like, as Lash is walking away, she looks at his shadow, and he was transforming into a human, and that kind of, like, took me by surprise, because he was kind of like a Hulk transformation, where, like, you know, Bruce Banner, he can change from Hulk and back to human form, but it was like that, and she was just mind blown. It was like, she couldn't see him because it was just a shadow, but just the thought that, you know, and they brought it up too, that he could be hiding among them, like, anywhere. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty exciting. I wonder where they're gonna go with that. It's pretty cool. But by far my favorite, like the best plot line in my opinion for this season so far is when is the whole Hunter and May going after Ward kind of thing. I just love that whole idea because they have this huge, like, you see both characters, they have a giant grudge against Ward. And I mean, I love Ward as a character. Like, I liked him. I thought he was awesome as a good guy. But when I found out that he was working for Hydra, and the things that he did, like in season 2, he's just so awesome. He's a huge bad egg. Like, he's just taking out guys left and right. He does it with style. Like, he's so calm and calculated. He's like the Captain Cold of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But like, they both have this huge grudge. Like, it's personal for both of them, even though they try not to let their personal feelings get in the way. And even Maeve told Hunter that, I was like, don't you're letting your personal feelings for him get in the way, and you're gonna end up blowing your cover, because Hunter's gonna was infiltrating Hydra, and he actually was able to he was led to Ward. And then this whole big gunfight broke out between Hunter and like Ward and his guards, at his Hydra members. It was so awesome. They were just like, it was a really fast-paced action. And then May came out and she offered some backup support. And then things took a crazy turn for the worst for May. It was like, it blew my mind the way this episode ended. Like, Ward was suddenly, he was taunting like he always does. He's always trying to get into May's head, like as much as possible. He's always messing around with her. And even like in season 2, like even Hunter, he was like, don't listen to him, he's bluffing, he's not really there. So what happened was that Baron von Strucker's son, I forgot what his name was, if you saw the other episode, the way it ended, that he was infiltrating Andrew, May's ex-husband, his college class. So what happened was that Ward, he sent some Hydra members to follow Andrew, and when he saw that May was arriving for backup to help Hunter attack Ward, he got like a cell phone call, like a live feed from one of the Hydra members, and he gave it to he slid the phone to May because she was behind cover. He wasn't just gonna hand it over to her, so he gave the phone, and you could see that they were recording Andrew. And what happened was that you could see that he was surrounded by a bunch of Hydra members. Like, he was just going there to buy some like candy or whatever it is he was doing at the drugstore or whatever. So he was like, every single person that was in that store, they were all working with Hydra. And then it was crazy because, like, you see May was very conflicted. Like, she was like, should I take out this guy who's caused me so much pain, or should I go after, you know, my ex, who I'm pretty sure May still has feelings for. I don't know what's going on there or not, but like, it's clear that she still has feelings for him. Something happened. They said that it was he left because there's both sides of the story, that it was her fault, it was his fault, or whatever. But regardless, May was you know, was gonna surrender, and then Hunter, he looked at May, and he was like, I'm not gonna let him get away, not this time. They're so close. And Ward was pretty much cornered. There was only like one way he can get out, and I'm pretty sure Hunter was gonna make sure that didn't happen. So Hunter just looked at May. He's like, I'm sorry, but because in order to kind of sweeten the deal to get into Hydra, Hunter gave. He got like a large stockpile of weapons, and he brought it along with him being as a recruit. So he was like, look at all these weapons that I just gave them. One man for millions, for like thousands or even millions of people that they could be killing. He was like, I'm not gonna let him get away, not this time. So then Hunter goes on, and he goes to chase after Ward, and then Ward makes a quick escape from the window. And now this is like so intense for me, because I was like, yeah, go get Ward, take him out, Hunter. You deserve that for what he did to Bobby. So what ended up happening was that, like, Ward was literally like right up to hop outside the window, and then like the whole scene was all shot in slow motion, and then Hunter, he moves up and he takes a couple of shots, and he hits Ward right in the back of the shoulder, and I was like, yes, they got him. But he ended up falling outside the window, and I was like, go get after him. And then they had this pickup truck ready, and they took out Ward. I was like, no, you let him escape. And like, he was being covered by the other henchmen, of course. You know, he's gonna use him as his bullet sponge because he's the leader of Hydra now, and he can do whatever he wants pretty much. But I was like, oh, I was so, as much as I like Ward, I would really have loved it to see him take him down. I cannot wait to see what happens. So the consequences of that, the Hydra members, they ended up killing Andrew, and they blew up the store that he was in. And it was strange because they didn't really show his body, so that kind of threw me off a little bit. Like, I was like, what's going on here? You know, they always say that if they don't show you a body, then the person probably isn't dead. So my theory, it's a pretty crazy one, so you might want to take a seat if you're not already sitting. So my theory is that since they didn't really show Andrew's body per se, they just kind of showed a pair of feet and like a little bit of blood and some gasoline. I believe that Andrew somehow, someway has been working with Hydra this whole time. It sounds pretty insane, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Skye was mad at Andrew earlier because every time they would send Andrew an Inhuman, he would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put him on hold for 6 months to, you know, so that way he doesn't, he wouldn't join the team." So think about it. A team of Inhumans would be huge trouble for Ward and Hydra and all those guys. So it makes a lot of sense. He would put him on hold, fake his death, and then reveal, "Hey, I'm still alive, May. I'm gonna get inside your head now. There's no way." So that's what I think is gonna happen. But I mean, then Skye's just gonna get all the Inhumans and kick some butt. It's gonna be pretty sweet. That's my theory. So that's how I feel about the episode. What do you guys think? Put in the comment section below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe.